Namaskaram and welcome to Indic Academy. It is a great privilege for me to speak to Shri AVS Prasad Garu and Shri Balaji Prasad sir, and on your very ambitious and noble project of setting up a temple, which I'm given to believe is right at the heart between Kalahasti and Ekambareshwar in Kanchipuram. So, what made you decide on that particular spot? Was it research or was it guidance from Kanchi Matham, or how did you actually choose that spot?
Yeah, Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. I've been toying with the idea of building a Shiva temple for a very, very long time. I mean, maybe a decade or so. And the first person whom I spoke to was Balaji Prasad, who is there in this call now. And we both were thinking what to do, how whether we will do it, how we will do it. And it was never in such a fashion what we are thinking about today. What the way it has evolved is something mind-boggling even for myself. Okay, so we were thinking about it, and then suddenly during my Mondays, I tried to do some Rudrabhishekam for Shiva, something like that. At that one of the days, I it struck me that maybe my farmland is falling on the 79-degree line that is there in the that is called as Shivakshareka and Shakti Akshareka. So I wanted to go and check after I went and checked it, and it was falling on that. Then it tell me maybe I have to do something here, and maybe that's the reason it is there. And the next thing was that that place used to, and I tried to look at the from in Google Maps. You can see when Google Earth or something, you can see where it was falling, how it is falling, and all that. It was falling between these two important temples, and then I compared it with the human body, or normally each of these temples, everything is compared with the human body, and compared it is between coming between the earth, which is Kanchipuram, which is basically considered as stomach, and air, which is supposed to be your nostrils. It is coming in between that. So I thought that maybe this is the heart that which is missing in the whole life. Maybe we have to look at it as a heart and not like the medical heart, what you look at as with flesh and blood, and but it is a heart which is devoted to what you call as the supreme or God. And start looking at it hard. Then I start looking at it. It said the normally it is associated with red and all that. The whole soil in that whole area is completely red, and all the stones are red. Everything was red. I think something is falling in line and something is happening. Okay, let me decide to build a temple in this place, and then I said that okay, this is a place. Yes, I've been. I think I've been. My purpose is to build a temple here. Is what somebody has said that maybe the divine is a divine directive or something like that. I thought. Then it was the Corona period, which was the one which we were not able to go out and not do anything and all that. Then I started looking at Kamikagama books. I took that Kamikagama book and I started reading it, the Purva Parva, and in that he was given very clearly the guidelines for selecting a place where you can build a temple. So I summarized all of them and put a spreadsheet to what are all the points that need to be there. And within the land, what is available to me, I selected 3 different places and started testing each one of them for suitability for the temple, as per the agamas which is given in Kamikagama. Then I found that one place, and we set up a team. I mean, all friends and relatives. We went there the whole day, morning to evening. We spent doing the testing and trying to see how things will work. What is a all there are some 14 points. You've got a spreadsheet, probably I can set that to you. So that we did it, and then we found that one place was very, very suitable. And then we decided this is the place we're going to do, and then we decided the place. Once the decision of the place was taken, then slowly the idea of how to build a temple uh, started forming. And unlike the other temples, we did not want to just build a shrine and then people will come and go and all that. What I was looking at was something which will give an experience to the people, so that people will be able to understand our Sanatana Dharma, our culture, how it is linked to the cosmos and all that. And the biggest complaint from the current generation or the is that temple. Oh no, there is so much of rush. I don't want to get in there. It's all thing and all those things. And the purpose, the things are not being understood. Why it is there? Okay, there is rush and all that, but it should be easy for the next generation people to visit and to experience whatever our rishis have experienced or some amount of things to be able to get it. So we started looking and building all these things. Maybe does it answer whatever you're asking?
Hmm. Yeah. What is that land like? Can you describe it for us, Balaji sir? Like, what is how do we bring that alive to our viewers?
Okay, it is even today. If you go to Google and type uh, Shiva temple and also uh, I think Vedavanam, it will go to that place because I had some problem trying to pinpoint the place due to old versions of
Hmm.
these Google Maps are all very very old. At the time we selected the land, we tried to test it and all that. Before that, if you see the older maps of Google, it will be
Hmm.
completely like a forest. You cannot
Hmm.
even go 1 foot into the land. It is so dense. So it's such a dense
Hmm.
forest. Maybe some deers were there. It is the other name of that place is also called Pulipadu or Pulikundram. All these are nearby. That is Pulipadu means in Telugu where that Puli or tiger will live. Pulipadu, those are all the different areas. So it does, and it's on the Tamil Nadu Andhra Pradesh border, and
Hmm.
it is on a slight hillock type of a
Hmm.
thing. Okay, so it is very easy. I've got some KML files which you can just click. You can go to
Hmm.
the that show the thing and all that those things. That's very easy to point out. I mean, look it on the Google Earth or Google Maps that we will be able to do that. And
So,
this place, yeah.
so long, so long. Please.
So this place was, and then after that, I tried to look at the uh, Indian ISRO's satellite pictures where the water bodies are there. You'll be able to get the satellite picture of how the streams are going and all that. And when I found that one of the blue lines is what they'll give as a water source is
Hmm.
that is falling at the northeast end of that temple area what we're trying to build. And there are two small what do you call as ponds adjacent to that. Although I said, okay, I mean, it's all looking very, very positive. So I thought we'll just go ahead with it.
Right.
So that is about the location. And the
What?
other thing about the location is that when we were thinking about all these things, this NHI, National Highways Authority of India, has started the acquisition and building the road for connecting Bangalore to North Chennai. So the Bangalore to Chennai, the normal route will go through what is Radipet and then terminate at Sriperumbudur. From Chittoor, there's a diversion. This road will come and join at Tachur in north of Chennai. So this road was passing through the land, and the temple we are planning is just attached to the national highway, which is under construction. Probably by the end of this year, that and it's also a freeway. That's the problem. Probably it's a blessing. I don't know.
Yeah,
Because
wonderful connectivity. Hmm.
yeah, yeah, its connectivity is there, but because it's a freeway, we may have a problem of getting a cut from the highway onto the
Hmm.
service road
Hmm.
or to the
Yeah.
temple.
Exit.
Okay.
So we're planning. We'll plan
Deal
something
with that.
for a temple. Yeah.
So what has anyone asked or ever told you that whatever Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Pradesh, we have so many temples which are in neglect and not being looked after. So has anyone asked you why another temple when we can
The first question
spend
everybody
our
asks is that. I said,
Hmm.
show me a temple with my ideas and my way of trying to look at the things for the future. Show me something like that. I'm prepared to accept something like that. But the way we are trying to project it, the way we have organized, organized the layout of the temple and all that. At least I have not found it. To my knowledge, it is not available anywhere else. And we're giving more focus to Sri Rudram part of Vedas, which is the core of the whole Vedas, and that is going to be the central theme for the whole temple. And that type of a temple, although there are temples with specific shrines and available, but a God's image or a picture is only one part of the story. But the real thing is there in the sounds, and the most important one is Sri Rudram. Okay, it's a different story how I got introduced to Sri Rudram. Okay, it
Please,
was by
please.
accident. It was by accident. Okay. Uh, I was, I was a okay. A long time back, I was not a very strong believer of any of this uh, God or any of this concept. Okay, it's all there. Let it be there. Let me do my work. Something like that. One day I was been to the Kapaleswar temple next to that Giri and Co. One big stall was there. I was just going through the stall books and all that. I found one book called Sri Rudram Decoded. Then it interested me. What is decoded in Sri Rudram? What is there? So I took that book and I started reading it. I was amazed the amount of the way he has read. That is written by Mr. Subhankar. Is very good. He has given for every word in Sri Rudram way how this is related to the plants, medicine, how you can cure yourself of multiple diseases. The whole book explains explains specific disease, which anuvaka, which thing you need to decide, how many times, what it is, and it is well
Mm.
established. Okay, you may not have any problem, but the way all these things have been connected together, and Sri Rudram is supposed to be. Then I started researching more and more on what is Sri Rudram, why it is so important, all that. And I was fascinated by the whole thing. And that we have to do something connected with Sri Rudram, the whole temple complex, where you have to bring that value that it can bring to the people, to the newer generation, younger generation who think that mantra or something else. Okay, what do you get by it? This one, what is the value? It is? How much of thought has gone into each of the verses? It has been, and also we believe that any of these Vedas are not written by any human beings. This is something which has been realized by our rishis and brought out and told to us. And what is it that they've heard? What is it? What is the meaning of that? And how they have conceptualized the whole world. It's all amazing. I was stunned by all those things. Then I started looking at more and more commentaries on that. This is one part, which is medical part. So what is the meaning of each of these verses and all that? So I'm okay. I'm fortunate, or I know what it is. I know Telugu. Because I knew Telugu. I was listening to Samaveda Shanmuga Sarmagaru of Hyderabad, who is there. His lectures I've been listening, and also Chaganti lectures. These gave me a different perspective on how important Sri Rudram in the whole context of life, and how it can help people to come out of their normal way of, to lead a dharmic life and be very happy materialistically and also through spiritually. Because normally people think that if you go spiritual, materialistic is not there. If you are materialistic, spiritual is not there. That is not so. I mean, that understanding how people will get, it's a bit difficult to explain. I thought how we will bring up all those things, we'll see. That was the idea with which we started all this. Okay, short.
Wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Because when we were doing Ramayana class, our Swamini Amma said, for anything, any physical or even mind related issue, just chanting Sri Rudram is sufficient, especially for children.
Yeah, yeah. Probably we should. And some of the persons with whom I've interacted have said that get the temple going and get children recite Rudram in the temple, because they don't have any vices, and their mind is pure and everything is pure, and the power of your temple, the people who will come to your temple, it will be amazing. You'll be surprised by that. People are telling me, yeah. Especially children uh, reciting Rudram is ultimate. I'll say that.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you can get that happening in the temple, that would be such a
Yeah,
remarkable
yeah.
achievement. So what about the structure itself
Just
that you have? Yeah, Solomon.
just one more point regarding. Sorry to interrupt. One more
No.
point regarding this, why not old temple and why this new temple is required.
Yeah.
I think it is explained the whole concept. Second thing is, see the olden temple somehow people lot of rituals and lot of way of worship is already established. Okay. Suppose you go to Tirupati, you do this. You go to Thiruvananthapuram, you do this. You go to Margamala, you do this. Uh, there are a lot of things established, but nothing is really explained for this younger generation scientifically or the way in which they can understand. So, and with all this current rush and all that, they resist going there, which is so we need to increase the footfall of new generation, younger generation to come into temple. So we wanted to bring in the attractions which will attract them. At the same time, like a slow poison, inject the concepts of all this thing into them. That's why he used the word experiencing the uh, Sanatana Dharma along with the cosmic. Because cosmic is something we experience in our physical life day in, day out, starting from sun, star, everything. Okay. So this temples, your next question about the layout, why this layout is like this, when Avias explains that will also add to this continuity of this question. The layout is also designed such a way that they will get the experience of birth till the end or the mukti they call it. Okay, you go through a path, and which is in short explained in our concept, while people can walk in and experience that. And that is something which Avias can explain why the structure design
Circular.
is like that.
Okay.
Yeah, circular and the meaning for each circular and why so many circulars. All that he will be able to explain.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
See,
go on.
well, I tell people when people will look at the design, I tell them that this all in concentric circles. If you're able to, if you had already seen that, or I don't know whether you've seen it. So there are two ways of approaching this whole temple. One for the person who is not initiated to God, and the other is for the person who is initiated to God and who is already experienced certain things. He wants to explore more. So a person who is already initiated to God, I'll start explaining from the center of the circle where we are going to put Shiva and Parvati and Shivlinga and all those things, and come in circle outside and come out. For the person who is skeptical or is not very interested, my storyline starts from which is starting from sun. Okay, that is we all know without sun the life does not exist in this, and our how the rishis are the in the Vedas, how the sun has been described. It is more trying to tell them that Vedas is and the Sanatana Dharma is more science than religion. People think that it's a religion, but it is the way of life and it's science. And try to understand that science. Don't just keep on saying that no, it's all science, it's one type, one view, concept of that. Just experience it, you understand it. So in our circle, I'm trying to go from the outside, from the outside to the inside. So if you start, the starting will be with Surya Narayana with 7 horses and sitting and uh, uh, driving the chariot. So the chariot is got only one wheel. I mean, maybe in our final design, it will be able to show the wheel or not. I'm not sure. Which is supposed to be the Kala Chakra, and there are 7 horses representing. A seven is a very important number which has got multiple ways in which you can explain the seven. Starting from the simplest of Gear, when you take a prism and put the sunlight, get 7 different lights, but you see only one light. Starting from that to many other ways in which you can do that. So, like that, you this is what we're calling it as science. And the next you enter the circle you're going to enter is the 12 Adityas are there. The 12 Adityas are the different uh, ways in which we are trying to explain to the world, to the common man, how the 12 months are there in a year, and each month, what will be the type of climatic conditions that will be there, how you have to take care of yourself. That's what it's explaining all the 12, uh, 12 Adityas. If you go deeper and deeper, then you will understand how much of thought has gone in, and everything is related, what you're doing is related to what you can see and experience, all that. So that has got, it is directly relevant to you. If you follow, a person who's got a knowledge will always try to use that knowledge and become happy in his life. If you do not have that knowledge, the knowledge is not a loser. The person who is not having knowledge is a loser. That's what I tell them. Okay, so that is our circle, which is on the perimeter. That is a circle which has got the 12 Adityas and eight different small parts, which will get 7 different colors of flowers and one white, so that 8 parts will be there. And the most important thing, when you look at Surya, people will talk about all over the world is the Surya Namaskara. So we are putting that 12 next to each of the Adityas, we are putting a Surya Namaskara pose starting from Anjali Mudra first one to the last one. Each pose will be there in all the 12 next to each of the Adityas, it will be there. So that if you look at the latest trend of people who want to take a photograph along with it, probably they can experience, they can look at the pose, they can do that, they can take a photograph of that, and that's the culture now. Okay, so
That is
people can do
true.
that, people can understand the importance and how all this has been tied together. Okay, that is the first circle. The second circle, which is the next circle, is the circle containing the deities for the 27 nakshatras. These 27 nakshatras has an effect on every human being, whether you like it or not. And these 27 nakshatras has got 4 padas, and the total is 108 different ways in which any living thing in this world, living thing means it has to be born, it has to exist, then it will die. So this anything that is born will be in one of these 108 things only. One nakshatra and one pada has to be there. And you are covering the whole entire population, entire universe. And they have something personal related to them. They'll be able to see that. And the importance of each of the nakshatras. Each nakshatra we can talk, that we can talk about for an hour, the importance of that, why it has been done, and the relationship that is there to the human beings. Now, the science has not come to the level where it can clearly explain what our rishis have found. So slowly we are going there. So first understand what is required. So that understanding we will try to get it through this circle is what we are looking at. Then the next
Wonderful. Yeah.
one,
Tell me. I think you will give a kind of a scientific journey through our rishis' thought processes.
yeah, we want to give that. I mean, so okay, one of the thoughts was that probably at the time of entry, probably the guy is coming in will get a iPad or something like that, and then they go near any of these things. It will be able to explain and give them to whatever to the level at which they want it across the whole area, or something like that. Maybe the phase 4, phase 5, something we will try to look at it. First, to get the temple coming up is our primary objective. Okay. So the next circles, next two circles are basically Namakam and Chamakam. First, when you coming from inside will be the Chamakam circle. Chamakam is part of Sri Rudram, and Namakam is also part of Sri Rudram. You must be knowing that. So in Chamakam there are 11 Anuvakas. We are putting for each of the Anuvaka, we are putting one pillar for each of the Anuvakas, and that's how it completes the whole circle. For Chamaka also we are putting the whole circle. Chamakam is the one where you are asking what you require from anybody. I mean, there is some power. Everybody accepts there's some supreme power which is there. So, what is it that you need to ask? What is it you require? That has been very clearly given by the rishis in Chamakam, and it is the way they have put it in Chamakam. It's very difficult for anybody to put such a comprehensive list of items that we require for our, because normally our mind, what we require today, tomorrow, once we get it, we require something else. It keeps moving. But there is no comprehensive list of things what is required. And this is a very, very comprehensive list, and how it is in tune with the nature, and how it's all, and what you call as, how it's all, it's a collective which is more important than individual or anything like that. Those things, the concepts have come up very well in Namakam part of it. Sorry, Chamakam. Pardon. Okay, Namakam is Namaha, Namaha, Rukam, Chamakam is Chame, 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 Rukam. So that's part of the Chamakam. In Namakam, next circle is the Namakam, where again we have got the 11 pillars. In Namakam, each one pillar, each of the Anuvakas describes the different manifestations of God. I mean, the way they have explained it, there is one single supreme. That without that, nothing. I mean, everybody will accept that. But how it is manifested, how it is in different ways it is expressing itself, and why these things are required, and slowly introduce the concept of karma, why karma is coming to being. All those things can be done by using this Namakam. And Namakam also explains the world is full of good people and bad people, the way you look at it. But why they are good, why they are bad, how they are interacting with you, all this, there has to be something, somebody has to explain to you, some guru has to be there to explain to you. Unless that is explained, it's not possible for people to understand. They'll see, okay, this world is full of sorrow, one person will say. Tomorrow when he gets something, some whatever he wants, he'll say, yeah, it's very, very enjoyable. But how to look at the world with a, I call it as probably attached detachment or detached attachment, or what you call it, which I picked it up from my attending the Chinmaya lectures maybe 30, 40 years back. So that attached detachment, how it will help in a person to evolve himself and get what he wants to get done. Each one has got their own objectives or their own wishes and goals. How they will achieve it, unless that can be achieved, unless you have an understanding of the nature, what is surrounding you, your environment, it's very, very difficult to achieve that. That probably by understanding Rudram, Namakam part of it, understanding the manifestations, how the world is interacting with all that, probably you'll be able to understand that. So that is how, that is the reason for putting up the Namakam circle. Next, we move on to what is called the Rudra circle, or this consists of 11 Rudras. 11 Rudras, and in the center we have the Swayamvara, Parvati, and Chandrasekhara. We are planning to put a small Shivalinga, which we are looking for a probably crystal linga, which I understand from many people whom have interacted that it has the most powerful thing to attract the power from the universe. So this is what we are looking at. So when you look at an organization, when you look at a government or anywhere, that the whole universe has to be managed by somebody. How the whole universe is being managed? How do you understand that? It's such a big one. Such a small company, if you have to manage that to different aspects of it, you've got so many people to do that, and different people have expertise in different areas. So how the God has manifested in multiple ways, that is with 11 Rudras, the whole universe is being managed. And I've got a small note on that, probably you can look at it later. How these 11 Rudras are able to enable the whole world, and how they will be able to, how they are ruling this, how they are managing the whole thing. And the whole thing, the whole power comes from, if you want to have a Rupam, you want to have something, then you have this Swayamvara, Parvati, and Chandrasekhara. And you think that Nirupa way of you want to look at, you have the Shivlinga. So that is basically we are trying to talk that there's some power. That power is manifesting and in different ways to see in this world. You have once you are born, you are there, you exist. Once you exist, you have to live happily and whatever you call it. You want to have lead a healthy, happy life, probably attain salvation or whatever is the idea. All that, the understanding of the universe, the understanding of the basic principles of life is very important. That's what we thought, that we will put all these things in that. And in between the central circle and the the 11 Rudras, we have a 7 feet of water circle which we have put it there. Uh, the water is the water and the circle in the water, that's supposed to be the Bindu Bindu part of the thing. And if you go, probably Shiva and Shakti is in different forms, is water and fire, is what people will say, that Shiva is fire and Parvati is water, and the combination is what is the whole universe is all about, and all that. A different concept. That's the reason we put that water circle, and that is how this whole circles have been designed. And below the Shivalinga and the mandapam that is there, we are planning to have one Dhyana mandapam underground, because in the Dhyana mandapam, we think that you'll get a lot of peace of mind and a lot of energy will be there within that circle, within that water circle, and below the Shivalinga, which is going to be very powerful. That's what we propose. We think of. So this is about all these circles part of it. So then, when you take the whole temple is on a square, which is 250, 255 feet or something like that. It will be approximately less than 2 acres of land. So once you put all the circles, then you're left with 4 corners where it's all open. So in these 4 corners, I'll start from the southwest corner. Southwest corner, we are putting uh, Murugan Valli Devasena, and then Paramacharya is what we are putting in southwest corner. And northwest corner will we have Vallabha Ganapati. Again, on Vallabha Ganapati, we can have a lot of Vallabha Ganapati, because we have tried to see everywhere in the whole temple. Sorry, temple, that it is always Shiva and Shakti, or the two powers are always there. There is not just Shiva, or is not just one single deity. It's always with their consorts, they'll be there. That's how we have planned the whole thing. And then that'll be on the northeast. We are planning for Navagrahas. In Navagrahas, again, we will have the Navagrahas with their concerts and the Vahanas. That's what is being planned. And we'll have Swarna Akarshana Bhairavar. He is basically the Kshetra Palaka for the Bhairavar. So we'll Kshetra Palaka for the whole temple. His place is northeast. So we are putting Swarna Akarshana Bhairava in northeast. And we are putting Sri Rama, Lakshmana, Sita, and Anjaneya in east, northeast. No, not northeast, southeast, on southeast corner. Maybe when you're talking about all Shiva and all those things, putting a Vishnu or something like that, people may have certain things. People who, there are a lot of, that there are a lot of things. But if you, what I believe in, what all of team believes in, is that the simple thing, what we normally recite is Shiva and Vishnu are no different, both are same. So that is the concept with which we are building this. That is one part. The other one is my Ishtadaivam is Rama, my Aradhya Daivam is Shiva, my Kuladaivam is Tirupati Venkata Balaji. Different things. Okay. Don't ask me, we are putting Balaji also there. No, it's already very close. Okay. So this is about the temple. Temple. So we are trying to look at the whole temple complex to consist of 4 parts. One is the temple. The second one is the Veda Pathsala. The third one is Vedavanam. The fourth one is Gosala. I'll just give a few words for each one of them. This Veda Pathsala is one which we think that we want to do a different type of a concept where it is very, because Vedas is so huge and it is mind-boggling to what Shaka, which one, which of the four Vedas, what you will do, which you will do, and what, how you will get the teachers, who will do that. All that is a very, very complex thing, and I think that we cannot manage it. So what we thought, we'll create a place where the Pathasala is the one where we can invite the acharyas and the students to stay in that place for a week or 15 days or a month and practice the Vedas, and they have to they can practice it within the Veda Pathasala or within the temple, and they can go back to their own places and then uh, do whatever they were doing. And when I started looking deeper into that, at least there are around 100 to 150 Veda Patsalas within 200 kilometers of Chennai. There are so many Veda Patsalas, and most of the people are deep into the same single place for a very, very long time without moving anywhere, anything like that. So give them an opportunity to go outside and experience the different atmosphere and all that. So that's the reason with which we thought about Veda Pathsala like that. And then the next one we want to talk about is the Vedavanam. So Vedavanam is a concept which we have taken it again from the Vedas only, where in different places, different contexts, different types of Vanam has been spoken. And what we are planning to incorporate in this our Vedavanam is, one is about Saptarishi Vanam, which will basically have 7 patrams and 7 pushpams, which is coming to around 14. That will be one part. Uh, then the second one is Panchabhuta Vanam, which is again 5 different trees, and the balancing is Shiva as tree, which is Bilvam. That is another 6 trees. Then we have we are putting 27 stars, and there is a tree corresponding to all these 27 stars. So these 27 stars we're trying to put. So that is basically we're trying to link a person coming in, how we are trying to take care of the environment, and what today people are talking about. We have to save forests, save trees, and all that. We have a plan, we have a way how it can be done, and every person who is born supposed to plant a tree of his for his star. That was a concept that was earlier. Maybe we have lost a lot of things in the last 100, 200 years or 500 years, but that's how the concepts have been built. So that the forests are always there, the different types of trees are there, all those things were there. Okay, that is the 27 stars is what that we will have. And then we have the 21 patrams that is being used for Ganesh Puja. Those 27 patrams will also be one part of the Karaka. So these are the different vanams which will be there, exclusively mentioning for each one of them what, and each of them has got its own medical benefits and how it can be used, what it is, and it's a complete Ayurveda. I mean, you got your branch with Ayurveda, maybe they'll completely endorse by you, I think. So this whole thing, people have to identify the younger generation have to identify that the Sanatana Dharma, the what we have been talking, is not, we are not talking in air, but we are talking about experience, how the mankind can prolong its existence in this world happily. That is one of the concepts. Okay, so that's about Vedavanams. Then coming back to Gosala, again Gosala we are planning to allocate around 2 acres or 1.5 acres to 2 acres of land and have a limited number of cows, which will be basically from the local breeds like a Ongol cow or something which we have actually seen some cows which are there in Ahobilam mud. Next to Ahobilam mud, there's a big ashram. There are cows which were basically completely white in color, which was basically the lineage comes from Krishna's age. I mean Krishna's time. Krishna was herding. He was taking that cows, and then he was a cow herd or whatever it is. So that cows we want to get, and then we want to put around 10 or something and have the Goshala there, with these cows. And the other reasons the other thing what we found in most of the goshalas is that most of the places these cows are not able to graze outside in the sun. Because of that, although you say cow, you talk about so many things. The importance of that, the milk from that cows is not of very good value, because as per our legends or whatever it is, there's a particular gland which is available only in our cows, which gets activated when the sun's rays fall on their backbone. When that gets activated, it secretes a liquid which is part of the milk, and because of that, the milk color, when you make it into curd, the top layer will be slightly yellowish in color. Now probably we talk about A2 milk and blah blah, all those things are there. So that difference will come. So there are a lot of animals which give milk, but why cow is important? That importance people have to understand. That's the reason we want to put that goshala. I mean, each one of them we put some thought into and trying to put that. So this is about the goshala plan what we have. Okay, I've been talking for a long time. Sorry.
Thank, thank you so much. This gives a complete picture of your vision, and we will. I think our audience will get to know very detailed parts, so beautifully planned. I hope it manifests itself very quickly, and we are all able to visit during the Sthapna and the
Yeah.
inauguration. So thank you so much for this conversation.